It's been a minute. Hey guys, so I mean, if you haven't noticed, I've been just a teeny bit MIA here on Instagram. We're on YouTube. Wow. Well, if you guys don't follow me on Instagram, you should. That's kind of where I update you guys the most. Twitter just cannot capture my heart. I try, but I just can't. So I just want to go ahead and start off by saying hello, how are you guys? I'm so sorry I've been MIA. I don't want to give this whole spiel. I've had some family things going on. I told you guys on Instagram that I had a family emergency come up and I was kind of just taking time off. Also with my birthday coming up, Tyreek surprised me and got me a new camera. So I was being a little bit selfish, I guess, and didn't want to film until I got new lights, which I got as well. I got a mic. I went ahead and honestly just revamped everything. T and I switched rooms. So I just kind of took off that time just to kind of gather myself from things that had happened and also just to kind of up my game. I feel like I got in a really big slump lately, so I just wanted to wait until I was fully ready emotionally, physically, and mentally. Let me know if you guys are liking the video, if you're liking the audio. I love you guys. Thank you so much for hanging with me and allowing me to take this time off. Hopefully now we are ready to rock and roll. It is December, it is almost a new year, and I am so ready. And now what you guys really came here for, this guy. Excuse me, this sister. I have not touched this sister shit. I bought this the day that it came out, and then that was when my family stuff happened, so I haven't even been able to touch it. I haven't been able to play with it or anything, so that's what we're going to be doing today. I did try to stray away from watching any of the reviews. I did sneak a peek here and there, only on like 1 or 2 videos. This is a palette that James created with Morphe. This is the box that it comes in. It just says Morphe x James Charles. So you have him up here. I love, love, love this look. And then on the back, you just have a sweet message from James himself. Hi, sister. And that's about it. So some of the basics on this palette does have 39 shades in it. It does retail for $39. It is out of stock. I'm filming this. It is currently out of stock on ulta.com. And I do believe you guys can still use codes on Morphe's website. You can use any discount codes. I don't have one with Morphe. Again, Morphe, if you would like to slide in my DMs, they're open. And I honestly can't find it on Morphe's website, so I'm assuming it's sold out there as well. I do believe that they are bringing it back, so you guys can of course sign up on Morphe's website. I think you can also sign up on Ulta's to be notified when it comes back. It is in stores, so if you have an Ulta or a Morphe near you guys, check there if you want it. This is what the palette looks like. It is a massive palette. This compared, let's not talk about how dirty this is. Okay, we all know how much I live for the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill palette. So let's just not look at how dirty it is. We're looking at size comparison. Okay, so these are the 2 palettes compared. It's a big palette. Let's just go ahead and, okay. This is what she looks like. Hi, hello. I'm sure you guys have already seen the palette. It's been out for a hot minute now. I'm a little late on the train. Here is the name sheet. It has all of the eyeshadows names on them. So this palette does look like the, what is it, Dare to Create palette, I think, that Morphe first came out with, where it has 2 rows up top, 2 rows on the bottom of your normal eyeshadow pans, and in the middle you have the bigger eyeshadow pans. So I asked you guys over on Instagram if you would rather me play with like the purples, or if you guys would actually really like if I did a Christmas look with this, and you guys voted the Christmas look. So ho 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 it is, sisters. So I'm going to be trying this palette for the first time today on camera with you guys and giving you my thoughts and first impressions on it. Without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump into the tutorial. But before I start, be sure you guys are subscribed to my channel, because for real, some videos are coming. I love you guys. Make sure you hit the thumbs up while you're there, because that really helps your little girl out over here. Thank you, thank you. Let's just go ahead and jump right into the tutorial. I did go ahead and do my base off camera just because this collection doesn't really have anything for my base, you know, like foundation, concealer, primer, all that jazz. I did do bronzer. I didn't do blush just because I don't know why, but I also didn't do highlighter because I wanted to use the shade, what is it, Face, right here, that everybody has been raving about being like this bomb ass highlighter shade. I also haven't primed my eyes yet. I'm just gonna grab my Too Faced Born This Way concealer. I'm actually gonna grab the lighter shade that I have. I'm actually probably just gonna do like one eye on camera and then do the other eye off camera, just to save us some time, you know. And this is in the shade Snow, if you guys care. I really wish I had the P. Louise base. I want to get that so bad. I'm gonna go ahead and set that real quick, just with some translucent powder. All right, so Christmas, here we come. I'm gonna start with Rusted, which is like this orange red right here. I'm gonna pick up my Morphe M411, and I'm just gonna start that in the crease. We're gonna be doing a cut crease today. So I am just dipping in my brush. I did hear that some of the matte shades are supposed to be more like pressed pigments. So I'm just literally dipping. I'm not even swirling. I'm just dunking, like Dunkin' Donuts. Dunking my brush in. Just for caution, hit the excess. And I'm gonna go ahead and start working this right where my crease is. And I'm gonna flick it out on the end. And I'm gonna slightly, when there's very little product left on my brush, I'm gonna go ahead and start sweeping upwards towards the brow, just so that this is really, really blended. Oh yes, look at that pigment. I'm really not having to work hard for this at all. And I'm just getting a really good base with that rusted color. And that was easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Now, I'm gonna take this really tiny detail brush. This is I don't wanna say detail, I guess you could say like a pencil brush. This is the Morphe M168. I'm gonna go ahead and go in with You're Kidding, which is the red in the palette. And I'm gonna put that right where we put that rusted color, just to deepen it and give it some dimension. I'm just gonna grab a big, clean brush. This is from Moda. I think it's from like their like mermaid line, I think this was. Use code Madison for, I think it's 10% off. I'll leave it down in the description below. I'm just gonna go ahead and go over the edges with this. So I know that there is like a certain dye in reds and pinks that do cause them to stain. I'm not 1000% sure, like diving into ingredients and stuff like that, I can tell you guys right up front, it is not my forte. It is not what I am best at. But I do know RawBeautyKristi and also Jenluvsreviews talked heavily on the dyes and have talked about them before. So I'll link them in the description below if you guys are interested to even learning about them, or kind of, I guess, a little bit about makeup more. If I know that I'm gonna do pinks or reds, for instance, I'm gonna do it on a day that I don't have anything to do the next day, or if I'm just gonna be at work. So I mean, I can see where it is kind of concerning, especially if you don't play with makeup that much. But James did say in his video that they are pressed pigments and they are pretty powerful. That's kind of all I'm gonna say on the subject now. I guess I really didn't even say anything on it, but I'm gonna link Jenluvsreviews and also RawBeautyKristi's videos down below so you guys can get like the whole 411 on the situation. I know Jen has like a whole video on what happened, and RawBeautyKristi touches on it in her tutorial using the palette. Now I'm gonna take an even smaller brush. This is the Morphe M515, and I'm gonna go ahead and pick up Boutique. I'm gonna try the shade right here, and I'm gonna put that right on like the lowest part of the crease. I just want it to be pretty deep at the bottom. As I'm laying it down, I'm gonna go in with the Morphe M411 that we used first, and I'm just gonna blend that out. It has no extra product on it. I just wanna make sure that that dark color doesn't cling or stay in a certain area. Cut creases, I feel like look so hideous until the final product. So just hang with me, guys. I know this looks a bit sloppy, but we're gonna get there, okay? Take that out a little bit because I wanna be kind of drama llama today. I'm gonna take this little detail flat brush. I'm gonna put some concealer on it, and we're gonna go ahead and cut that crease, girl. So I'm gonna go ahead and first just lay down some straps on my lid. I'm gonna open, look up and around, and then look down, and that's gonna tell me where to cut the crease so that I don't have any creasing later or any kind of like spillage, you know? So that really helps. It also helps just to give me a good guideline. Sister snatch this crease. So then I'm gonna pat that lid down with the concealer on it. And I'm just gonna take, what is it? Flashback Mary? Yeah. I'm gonna take Flashback Mary, which is the white shade, and I'm gonna go ahead and set the concealer on the lid. This white was giving me some trouble at first. I'm just gonna take an angle brush, and again, I'm gonna pick up Boutique, the darkest shade that we used, and I'm gonna go right along that line just to really emphasize, I can't say that word, just to really make that really sharp. Looking pretty good if I do say so myself. So now we're gonna go ahead and transition. Now we're gonna go ahead and transition into the green shades. I'm gonna pick up Social Blade first, and I'm gonna pick that up on that liner brush. I'm gonna dust it off real quick. And what I'm pretty much gonna do is I'm gonna smoke out like my lower lash line and just give me like a really smoked wing look, you know? I'm gonna go in with that light green first and kind of just give the base of what my wing will be. And then I'm going to slowly flick it out. This green's really pretty. I like it. I feel like it's a little bit of a softer green when you first apply it, but you can build it up to be the color that it is in the palette, if that makes sense. So now that I have the base kind of for the top liner, I know it probably looks a little weird, but just trust me, okay? I'm gonna pick up my Morphe M560, and I'm gonna go ahead and dip into the dark green now, and this is Daddy, or as I like to say, Zaddy. So first, I'm just gonna start with stamping it right over that. So I'm trying to use as many colors as I can in this palette, and I just want to be a little bit extra here. I'm going to go ahead and pick up Spooky, which is just the black in the eyeshadow palette, and I'm going to put that on this very tiny liner brush. This is the Morphe 250-2, and I'm going to go ahead and put that as close to my upper lashes as I can. I just want that lash line to be really dark, and it's also going to kind of deepen up that green once I start to blend it together. I'm not going to bring it up far because I still kind of want that gradient effect with the greens. And then I'm going to go back in with the deepest green. Blend right over it. Now I'm just going to pick up this Sigma. It's a duo fiber blend. Use code Makeup by Mads, 10% off. It is the E40, and I'm gonna pick up the first green that we went in with, Social Blade, and I'm gonna blend right over top of everything we've been working on. I do still want like a small gap between the crease and stuff, so I'm not gonna take it up too far. I'm picking up a smidgen, a sister smidgen of that white, and I'm gonna put that right in the gap of the red and green just to add some brightness. Now let's go ahead and move to the lower lash line. I'm gonna start by lining my waterline with the Urban Decay. This is Overdrive. Using this small detail brush, I'm gonna go ahead and push that black right up against our lower lash line. So I'm back. He got home and he wanted to chat, and I just went ahead and did my other eye off camera, so now we can really finish this lower lash line. I'm gonna go back in with Daddy, and I picked that up on the Morphe M560 again, and I'm just gonna buff out the lower lash line. And I want the lower lash line to be really smoky, so I'm gonna connect it with the wing that we did. So now I'm gonna go in with Social Blade on the Duo Fiber, and then just buff those edges out. Do exactly what we did on top, on the bottom. So this eye is pretty much blended. Now I'm gonna go ahead and I just wanna spice this up a little bit. I'm gonna pick up my NYX Glitter Glue, and I'm gonna go ahead and put that on the inner corner. I'm just gonna use a flat brush. I'm gonna go in with Makeup Geek. This is Stargazer. This is the Sparkler. And I'm just gonna put that on the inner corner, just like that. So now that we're all done, I'm gonna go ahead and put on some mascara. I'm gonna put on my lashes. Today I'm gonna be using, these are the Batty Bee lashes. They're an Instaho. They're so fluffy. They make me feel very thoughty, and I love them. Let's put on some mascara. Oh! If this ever happens to you guys, just let it dry, and then we're gonna go in with a little spoolie and kind of flick it off. Now I'm gonna go in with some mascara on my lower lashes. Just look at how much drama these lashes give. All right, I'm gonna zoom you out. So I just flick it off, and then I go over with the sponge that I used. And I told you guys I did want to try the highlighter in the palette. So now I'm going to go in with Face. And I'm going to use my Morphe M501. Oh, wow. Oh my god. That is so pretty. Hello, she's glowing. I want to keep things very jolly and festive here, so we're going to go ahead and pair this with a bold red lip. I'm going to be using the Too Faced Lady Balls. This is the Melted Matte Lip. Alright guys, so this is the final look. I hope you guys are feeling very festive and very merry after this tutorial. Now to kind of wrap it up and give you guys my thoughts and opinions on this palette. I think this palette would be perfect for someone who is a makeup enthusiast or a makeup artist or someone who just really likes playing with color. I would not recommend this for someone who your everyday eye look is nothing or you use browns. I think there are way too many colors in here that it would overwhelm you. I just think you wouldn't get your money's worth out of this. But if you're like me, you're a beauty YouTuber, you're a guru, influencer, creator, content, whatever they're calling us these days. If you guys love makeup, if you love James Charles, if you love color, I think this palette is for you guys. I do really like this so far. The colors that I played with are really nice. They didn't give me any troubles. I didn't have any problems blending them. They all went fine. So this palette, I would definitely give 2 thumbs up. I think it is a really good palette. I didn't have any issues with it. The shadows worked really well with me. They were very pigmented. This highlighter is probably a new favorite of mine. I think it is so stunning on the skin. I think it would be beautiful all over the lid or even in the inner corner. I'm going to keep playing with it. I can't wait to dive even more into all of the other colors that I didn't get a chance to play with. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was very informative and you liked it and you learned something or you got something out of it. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching and I will catch you in the next video.